All right. I'm live on YouTube. I guess this is kind of like, I could treat it more like a podcast because I think my last live, I let it upload and it did get a few views. My dad said, "Oh, I saw you on YouTube," and I was like, "You didn't see my live? Like, you didn't check in?" And he was like, "Oh, I saw it. I saw it on YouTube. It wasn't live, but it was there." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize I had uploaded that." So, how about an introduction? Justin here. I'm working on a Tonto of the Onukubi style, which is just a specific grind. And I am documenting the build as part of a YouTube Shorts series. So just experimenting with that. Thanks for the like, whoever gave me the like. I appreciate that. And I am at the point of hand sanding before clay up. Now, I'm not sure if this is really the order I should be working in, but when I made my katana last time, I clayed up the blade with the intent of doing, well, I guess as little sanding as possible, but what ended up happening was the blade caught so many warps that I had to um, temper bend, like 3-point bend it. It's a rig where you put like 3 points in a vise, heat up the spine of the blade, and then you can shift some of the wiggles out of the blade. And this time here, what I'm doing is, oh, and then having to grind down to get it straight too. And I lost a lot of my hamon. And that hamon line, if you're not aware, it's like that ghost line that you see on katanas and certain knives. And I'm not sure if it'll work on this blade, but the, to come back, the idea is on the last one I did so much grinding that I feel I lost a lot of the integrity of my hamon. Like it like washed itself out sort of. So this time I'm doing hand sanding ahead of time. I don't know if I did last time. I don't think so. Hand sanding ahead of time so that I do less work post heat treatment. And right now it's going quite well. I'm at 220 grit. I have the steel annealed quite soft, which is a process that you'll see in my series, but it's pretty much when you heat up the steel to non-magnetic and then let it cool off slowly, really slowly, as slow as you can, pretty much, and that makes the steel soft. And then when you're sanding, it takes less time. When you're grinding, it takes less time. It costs less because you're not using as much abrasive as well. So it's really good technique to know. And when you go to drill through the steel, that's a part where a lot of people get a lot of headaches. I know I struggled with that for a long time, and then someone gave me a good tip of just when I'm done doing my thermal cycling and I'm going to do my annealing, put a few blocks of steel in there, put some thermal mass, so that when your blade is cooling off, that it cools down a lot slower. How's life treating you? Alex Pierre, comment ça va? Do I know you? Life is going pretty good. I've enjoyed my summer a lot. And Duck Rabbit Forging, thanks for joining. Who is this? I was not prepared for the audio to have as much texture as it does. The audio. Is my audio kind of messed up? I'm probably going through my headphones. Let me know. I could pull these out. Your stuff is a masterpiece. Dude, thank you. I appreciate that. That's super kind. Paul Blart fan. School just started today, and tomorrow I'm fighting someone because he talked about my dead mom. Yeah, good idea. I'd kick his ass. I'd probably not. I'm a big puss, so I don't think I've ever been in a fight in my life. Sorry, just closing the door there. Lots of sunshine coming in, and it's getting hot. My wife is too much pregnant, but bleeding is on to forearm tomorrow. Pray to God recover my baby and become a father. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Get off the fucking. Oh, maybe I shouldn't swear. Get off the effing internet and go see if she needs a foot rub or something, my dude. Go help her out. That's your job. That's your job, bro. So you're maxing out the mics on your earbuds. Ew. Okay, let me take these buds out. I'll just give me a moment. I appreciate you telling me that. It's weird how on different applications. I hope this doesn't lose my audio completely. Check 1, check 2. So yeah, on different apps, it like audio is processed differently. So you get different levels, I suppose. So I was at 120 right there. I'll show you what I'm doing right now. But that was that 220 grit, and those are on the flats here. And I'm working this section here now. So this was done by file, well, grinder and then file. So now I'm gonna hit it with some 120 to smooth it out. I'm gonna use the back side of my filing stick. This side's rubberized, so it really contours around things and smooths things out, which is fine because I've got convex edges facets. Oh boy. And this is an aluminum backer and it's hard, so it doesn't flex. Alex Pierre, Canada. I got out to the shop for the first time in a while. I've been sick. Oh shoot. Put a nice handle on a 5.5 pound hammer. Ouch! Bruiser. Careful, dude. I don't have any hammers that heavy unless we're like as a group. Maybe we'll do like group forging, so we'll be striking. Canada's pronounced Canada in American English, which is simple, easy, and Canada, still Canada. Canada. Bob Gore, what is up? Do a backflip. You see my hat, eh? Wait, Canada. I can't do them anymore. Bob Gore, nice to see you. I was hanging out with Bob just south of Minneapolis last week, and then I got home at 1 a.m., went to bed, got up, and then packed my canoe, drove out, and went like what usually takes us 7 hours to get into the bush to meet up with some friends out there, and had a party in the woods. It was great. And then I came back, and then I was looking forward to starting some work. Birkin Sam, dude, is there any work? If you're looking for staff, I can work with you. Where are you from, man? Where are you from? My kid helps me out every now and then, as like actual doing work in here. My wife does when I need help, like if I'm like blacksmithing and I need a striker. Sometimes you want to like hold a punch, hold the tongs, make the steel just at the right angle, and you need someone to hit, and she'll come out and do that for me. She's great. Hey, Duck. Yeah, Duck Rabbit Forge. It's 2 a.m. here, dude. Late. I'm in Turkey. Where are you? You're in Turkey? I'm in Canada. at Experts in Canada too. Nice. Um, I there's so many Smiths out there, bro. Like Turkey. I would start blacksmithing before bladesmithing. Um, Blacksmithing is, I would say, a lot more. How do you say? Gratifying. It's quicker to get to that gratification. Let's say that. You hit something with a hammer, hot steel with a hammer, and it automatically feels good. I'm hand sanding here, and I don't feel good. It's not the most pleasurable thing. But I know in the end, when I look at my grinds and I see that everything looks great, I'll be happy. So I do laboratory asphalt soil concrete analysis. Dang. Gobble gobble bird. Kamala versus Donald Trump. Oh, dude. Oh, you're in Turkey? Oh, I don't want to get political. I have a very strong opinion, but this isn't the place. Yeah. So back to what I'm making. I'm making a Japanese tanto, obviously Japanese. I guess there's Americanized tantos as well, but it's a Kubi design, which is really specific to the grinds that are in this blade. I'm gonna show you that. Sorry if it feels like an earthquake. So the Uno Kubi is defined by having a rear fuller that goes about halfways, and then this other kind of like false edge at the top. I don't know exactly how to describe them using the Japanese terms, because they are vast, and I care more about my skills of making than skills of let's see, knowledge. But at the same time, man, listening to, and Bob Gore could attest, we were listening to some really talented Smiths, and they explain things so well. So I should probably try to learn the vocabulary and look a little bit more professional that way. YouTube Shorts Alive is not a place to apply for jobs. Haha. Funny. Yeah, do that on shorts, man, or long form videos. So yeah, I see that I might have to come in with the file here again. I'm seeing like some wobbles in the false edge. It's not bad though. What's the Japanese term? There's a Japanese term for embracing embracing faults. Like, embrace those little faults that you accidentally put into a project or whatever, not to get mad about it, and to like maybe leave it there. Don't get upset about it and throw it against the wall. Just like allow it to be part of it. It was kind of meant to be there. Artistic license. It's not artistic license. Artistic license I see more as like changing things on purpose. This is changing things by mistakes, or finding like a fault in something, and instead of being mad about it, kind of accepting it. Kaizen? Is it Kaizen? Something like that. It might not be Kaizen, but it's like Kaizen is definitely one of the other kind of like Japanese Stoicism teachings. And yeah. Which I've been kind of, not Japanese Stoicism there, but I listened to audiobook a little while back called Obstacle is the Way, which is a lot about Stoicism. And I thought it was pretty awesome. I know, bro, I have to go abroad and work because I have to provide a life for my children. Yeah, dude. I am barely making it here too, so I wish I could just say, yeah, come on down, we'll put you up. I would love to be able to do that. I am just a dude in his workshop, so it is what it is right now. So I'm going 320 in that false edge area. I think I might go 400 as well. Then I need to do the other side of the blade. .320. It's very soft, so it's sanding quite well. Got 2 people watching. What's up, guys? Throw up a thumbs up if you're still here, so I know who I'm talking to. This sanding is going so well. 320, 400. Now we're going 320 on the blade, 400 on the blade. I know. Oh yeah, duck rabbits there. Oh, I guess there's a bit of a delay. That thumbs up took about 60 seconds probably, but maybe you didn't hit thumbs up right away either, so you got to be quicker with this stuff. Yeah. So back to podcast style. Yeah, so I am going through grit progression of 220, 320, and then 400. This is post heat treat, and the reason why I'm doing this, usually I would go maybe 120 post heat, pre-heat treat. Sorry. Thanks, Birkinson. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining. No insult against your name there. Just trying to imagine the right way to pronounce it in a respectful way. To be respectful. Yeah, so I am grinding or sanding at 300 grit, and now I'm going to 400 grit. And the reason why I'm doing 400 grit pre-temper or pre-heat treatment, sorry, is because I'm gonna clay it up, and then I don't want to do too much after. I want to do just like finish sanding. I want to do like I'll probably step back to 400 again, and then go 6, 8, and then maybe 1,000, depending if I'm seeing a Hamon or not. Maybe I'll leave it sweaty. Like, I really liked my katana. I didn't show it in the video, but I have photos of it straight after the quench, and it looked freaking awesome. But then I did a whole bunch of extra work to it, and I find it was not, it didn't help the beauty of it. It like took away from it. Maybe I should have just accepted the faults. So that's looking pretty good. There's a few little scratches. Let's finish it up. Let's go another 400 grit. Ethan Blinko, lemon juice brings out Hamon. What? Is that what you used? I used muriatic last time. No. I used ferric chloride. Maybe lemon juice is better. I kept removing pieces of itself. So yeah, so I'm gonna stop at this 400 grit. Experiment with some clay and then do a heat treatment. So this is side A of this blade, and calling it done. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just have a light right here. It's shining down and it's reflecting right here at my eyes. So I'm like scanning up, scanning down. I'm changing angles a little bit to see if I'm seeing any scratches, but it's looking pretty damn awesome. The false edge section here is a little bit wonky. So is my my Hamon, but I think I like it that way. Then you're going to have a bad time. Probably work just as lemon juice, then buff on the wheel, and more juice. Yeah, needs to be brushed on. Okay, I don't know. Why lemon instead of ferric? I find the tips a little bit narrow, but I'm just matching it up to the drawing I did. I'm happy with it. I might bring the tip back just to like accentuate it a bit, but the way it's scaled with this area and stuff, maybe not. Back the baking soda neutralize the acid. But why is it better? Okay. All right, let's do this. So I'm happy with this side. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm gonna cover it up with some 2-inch electrical tape. I don't like putting multiple strips on at one time because sometimes you'll let like a little bit of dust in between the pieces of tape if you're using just standard like 1-inch, and I've had some tapes have a bit of acidity to it as well, so it will kind of leave lines. So I usually put 2 layers though, but this time I'm just going 1 layer, just like that, just so if there's any rubbing, it protects the steel. Very clear, aren't I? Very clear. I also have 3-inch wide stuff for larger knives. It's good stuff to have. Very good stuff. All right, lock this back into my vise. And oh, okay. Is that a weird false edge, really long reinforced tip? I don't know. Short answer, no idea. I wish I knew though, because like in my mind it looks like just to make it lighter, and maybe like as a puncture wound, like you hear about that, just an escape for the blood. Possible. Don't know. I do not know. I don't have any books on Japanese knives. but I have a feeling that I will soon. If Ethan's here, he'll understand that. We're competing for a knife book. So I'm on 220 grit right now. This is the one that's gonna take the longest time because there are multiple scratches here and I need to go through all of them. So the fuller, but half of it's imaginary. Yeah, that may sort of, possibly. My fuller on this side is definitely not as pretty. I might go back and scratch some more into it. I did my fuller with a thing I made with this. So a piece of wood, the extra piece of wood on top is just so I had space for my thumbs. And then underneath it, there's a tiny little knife. See it there in the light? So that tiny little knife sits in the fuller, and I was just scratching away the steel. If I win, I get nothing. If I lose, I have to pay for the book. Yeah, you got it. You know you're getting it. No. We could call it even or whatever. I don't think there's too many people competing, so. Oh well. I like to put WD-40 because it kind of keeps the dust down when you're sanding steel. Dust does fly up into the air, but if you put a bit of WD-40, it stops it from flying in the air. But you do end up inhaling a bit of WD-40 because it mists off. I'm assuming it's better for me, but in reality, I don't know. Usually I have this little tube on here. Let's put that back on. I think it mists less. Yeah, it does. Less mist. Duck Rabbit. It smells good. I do like it too. I'm a fan. I was on their website. My parents used to, old wives' tale, someone had said that if you squirt your fishing lures or your bait with WD-40, it'll help you catch fish because it's mostly cod liver oil. And they were like, okay, sounds good. And I was like, don't do it. And because I think it's a bad idea. Don't know what it really is. And then I was on their website a little while back, and there was like a warning thing: don't spray your fishing lures with WD-40. From Manitoba, you'll poison your fish. Yeah. Ethan, come on, man. Manitoba's not so bad. We might not have mountains. We might not have many crystal clear lakes. We might not have, I don't know, forestry economy. No, we do have that. But we definitely don't have, no, we definitely have a meth problem. What else is BC known for being bad at? Oh, forest fires every summer. Guys, water your trees. That's terrible. Man, I haven't hand sanded a knife in quite some time. I've been just doing machine finishes. But I felt if I was gonna get a Hamon with this one, forest fires, high housing costs. Yeah, no kidding, high housing costs. Yeah, that's one thing that even here it's getting a little ridiculous, but nothing compared to BC, Toronto. Steve from Bad Llama Forge, I met him a couple weeks ago, and he was like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford a house. Like, it's just so expensive. And he was like, I have family in Manitoba. I'm thinking that might be a good alternative. Like, I would like to own a home instead of like just stuck renting all the time. Alternate grits between hand sanding and small belt grinder. Alternate grits between hand sanding and a small belt sander. Oh, interesting. What kind of small belt sander are we talking about? Like an orbital or like a, oh no, a small belt sander. How big's the belt? Super Sean on Amazon. Huh. Interesting. So it's, you put it in your hand? I've heard of guys using like orbital sander. Like at the step I'm actually at, instead of doing it by hand. That first initial sanding, just to like get everything kind of uniform. I still got a few scratches here. Belts are 330 by 30. By 30 millimeters. That's 3 centimeters. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Because this part of the job makes it a job. But I'm enjoying myself because I haven't done it, like, I haven't done this in probably a month or more. Okay, we're good for 220. I have a few little scratches there, but that's going to be hidden by the Habaki, and so they're staying where they're at. Okay, that was 320, 220. Now I'm going to 320. I clamp it in my vise and point a bunch of bright lights at it. Yeah. I would be careful about a bunch of lights. That could be deceiving too. Sometimes it's better to just have like, I have one direct light here, and sometimes I'll even turn off other lights just so I can see things better. So one well-positioned light I think is better than a bunch of lights. I've heard that's a better method, and I am going to agree with them. But sometimes it's hard to control how much light you have. Oh yeah, I'm on 320. I think I'm gonna step back to 120 and do the this false edge thing. Makes it really easy to alternate scratch patterns. Yeah, for sure, definitely catch on that with that grinder or sander. So I'm sanding with the aluminum backing now. It's a lot harder and gives you a crisper edge. But I'm gonna go back with the rubber one on the flats, and that'll kind of round out that edge a little bit. But that's okay. Yeah, I had a fairly aggressive file. This is some deep scratches here. I'm gonna contemplate moving the tip back a bit for the front curvature. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, please do ask. My next step after this is going to look at my wood to figure out how I'm gonna, I want to do like the, what is it? Hang on. I do have those terms written. Shoot, the Saya and the, oh, come on. Oh. Tsuka. Saya and the Tsuka. Tsuka being the handle. I want it to be like matching wood. So I'm gonna find something that I like. What did I read yesterday? Just a specific wood that was used in traditional katanas. And I was like, maybe I'll run to the store and see if they've got any of that. Ethan probably knows what it is. Ethan knows everything about these things. Ethan's so smart. Mitchosaurus, how's it going? It's going well. Sorry, I didn't see your message. Aspen or something? No, it wasn't Aspen. It was like something that's available here, but not like that grows here, but that I thought was like, I don't know if I've ever seen that anywhere. And it was like the Japanese variety of it. Okay, new piece of 120. Yes, I am. Yeah, man. If you got it, use it. This side I think is a little bit prettier than the other side. What are you guys up to? You guys are just watching me or what? Or are you guys working in your shops as well and just happen to pop onto YouTube? I'd have to say this is probably my most successful YouTube video. Although when I was blacksmithing, it went pretty good, but I think this is better. Like statistic-wise, number of messages and everything. Well, if I've ever made one of those, I'm using hickory or oak because that's all that's in the firewood pile. You know what? Hickory would look awesome. I like hickory just not just because of its strength, but because of the way it blackens. Like, throw a flame on some hickory and it turns like black. And I love how you can like create the transitions between the hickory, natural hickory, and the burnt hickory, and it ends up looking so good. I did one hammer handle, and then all the ones that I've replaced, I've been doing that. Magnolia, that's what it was, Magnolia. Oh, witches, yeah. I think I saw magnolias in Atlanta. big white flowers. That's 220. We're gonna go 320. We're doing the false edge. Yeah, I wonder if they have magnolia at the lumberyard. They may. And hickory, I know where I can get some hickory at a good price, but it's kind of far. But it comes in the right thickness for making axes and stuff. So I might go buy a piece. Yeah. 320. It's quick now. 320. Let's hit it with some 420 or 400. It's not 420. Oh, it's almost 420. It's 417. Yeah, I thought I would be further ahead by now, but I am not. I thought I'd be tempering by now, and that means I've done my lost it. Oh, let the clay dry and everything. That's always contrast. I need to get some black walnut and some really bright colorful wood. Yeah, I like walnut, but it just doesn't seem stable enough for like knife handles. I want something that's going to resist wood moisture more than that. I guess you could stabilize it, but I don't know. I like if you're looking for dark wood like that, find Pauferro. It's Pauferro. And there's a few varieties of Pauferro, but the one I found is like it's a chocolatey brown, and you can see the grain in it. Plain wood, like oak. Oak too. I'm not a fan unless it's like bog oak, ancient bog oak. But I used oak on one knife, and I was like, nope, never again. Just too big a grain, and didn't like how it finished. Although I could probably finish it better now with the stuff that I know that I've learned over the years. But I didn't like my result back then, so because of that, I've kind of like, no more oak. No more oak. But why not? Oh! How's this for an idea? I want to do a... I like walnut better than oak, yeah. I want to do a sale here, a market. I want to organize it myself and make it male-centric. I want to call it Cedar and Steel, so that if there's anyone that wants a table, not you guys specifically, but just general as an idea, that it has to be male-centric. So in other words, you can't have candles and soaps and candies and that kind of shit that you see all the time at the markets. I have bouquets of flowers. It's got to be male-centric, so hence cedar, things made out of wood, and steel, so that I can sell my knives. I'm thinking about doing that on November 20th. Talk to the owner of the pub, and I could rent the whole top floor of his pub for a reasonable price, and then charge for tables, use that for a market for guys. Yeah, there you go. That's the right way to say it. It's a market for guys. Male-centric products, dude. It's a market for guys. Yes, yes, exactly. So I'm gonna organize that, probably for November. That's the plan, but I need to figure things out a little bit, and then like a strategy plan, figure out what things are going to actually cost me, and then go for it, because what's here is terrible. It's all lady markets. You want to take on a thing that women really like and make it not for men? Yes, exactly. We're gonna have strippers. No, of course not. Maybe. No, we'll do like, yeah, it's in a pub. It's in like an Irish pub, so it's a perfect location for it. I keep getting distracted. What grid am I at? I'm at 400. I'm at my final grid. I'm at my final grid, but I kind of want to clean up this fuller. I wonder if I could do it right on here. I had a different rig kind of set up before for doing that. I lost my cloth. I had a cloth. No, I lost it. It disappeared. It disappeared on me. All right, I'll use a Kleenex. I'll use a Kleenex. Just checking the reflection. And ooh, I see a couple scratches. Okay, back to the board. 400 is final. Yeah, I haven't heat treated yet. So yeah, that would be my final at this point. Post heat treatment, I don't know, probably depends what shows the hormone best, but probably I'll hit it to 6, 8, 12, 15 maybe. I really don't want to hand sand that much. Right now it's nice and soft, so it's going really quickly. And it should pick up a hormone, because this is probably, now I'm guessing, it should be 80 series steel. Broke a file, which probably wasn't a modern file. So I've had natural hormones happening with files, so I'm guessing that'll happen, especially if I put clay. All right, that's 320, back to 4. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't do that. Well, 400 would be all right, depends. Hello.
I'm delivering
Ooh.
a drink.
Thank you.
I didn't stop the beer. I'll make you a drink.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Daxie.
Let's be done.
Yeah. So I'm just cleaning up this little section here. To 400. It's hard to tell. Sometimes I feel like you see kind of that stuff. It's definitely a scratch. After it's hardened. I wonder, doing a male, a market for guys, if we'll get more female attendees because they're actually looking for handmade things for their guys. There's a thought. I haven't managed to get a Hamon yet, even when I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be one. Yeah, Hamons, man. Hamons. Come on. They're, I think they take practice. You should be practicing with the same steel every time to make sure that, oh man, I'm scared. Same steel so that you can experiment different processes. I've heard of some people doing like their normalization process, kind of like not doing a regular normalization or maybe a wacky sort of anneal to in their method of developing a better Hamon. Chris Gilbert, yeah, read away, man. Read the comments. You've got an authority on reading them. I feel like my bit here is so I have a piece of round file underneath here, and it's scraping inside of the Hamon. It is actually what made the Hamon, so lots of back and forth motion. I want to make one of these out of steel eventually, because the wood cracked and it's not as tight, and it doesn't hold things as well as it used to. But yeah, I think my bit's a little bit dull. So it's burnishing the inside of the thingamajigger. Well, it's cutting. And that cleaned it up a little bit. I'm scared to go on to the actual. I've never done that before. I'm pretty stoked on that. What on earth are you doing? I'm scraping in the Hamons. If you look at more like old school Japanese techniques, they don't even like, the files that they use are like scrapers sort of. So that is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm creating a nice straight Hamon. Nice straight. It's not that nice, but it's pretty darn straight. with this guy. So there's a metal, it's part of a file that I cut at an angle, sharpened, and I rehardened it, just water quench, the fuller, sorry dude. And hey, Bloom Films is here. Hey, you got a check mark and stuff. I don't know what that means. But thanks for joining. So that little bit or piece of file is scraping into the fuller, not the Hamon. That's what I said before. So that's where I'm at. Chris Gilbert with 1095 for my hormones. I usually do a few different dunks and a wire wheel between cycles. Oh, interesting. Wire wheel. Why wire wheel? Does it? I guess it burnishes the steel a little bit. That's an interesting idea. I'm gonna give that a shot. Instead of hand sanding more and more and more, I like that idea. All right, I believe I am done sanding this pre-heat treatment, and that means I'm going to try to figure out my clay. I've got a few options here. So I'm going to disconnect and leave it at that. And so I'm filming all of this for like a short YouTube series. Short, probably like 10 parts. So not that short. And yeah, check it out when you see my face in the shorts feed. Thanks for joining. See you guys later. Just takes, oh, from the quench. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, that's a good idea. I have done that. See ya. Thanks for joining.